Hello, welcome guys. Today I'll be showing you how to make an eco cushion. So it's basically a way to use your non-recyclable plastics and turn them into something useful that's not going to come back and harm the environment. So we'll be using non-recyclable plastics as well as old discarded fabrics. So a lot of our fabrics have microplastics in them, like anything that has a synthetic fiber. So that would include anything that's not 100% natural fabric, like cotton or linen, which is probably most apparel. Right. So all of that stuff, it causes harm. So we want to make sure that we're disposing of it mindfully. So the first thing you want to do is you want to get some of your discarded fabric. It could be old t-shirts or jeans or whatever. So in my case, I just got an old shirt, and you just want to cut two circles. So I cut one circle here and one circle here, and then you just want to cut maybe about a 2-inch strip, which is another fabric. I used a different fabric just so I could show you guys the contrast, and that strip needs to be the length of the circumference of the circle, right? So once you have your two circles and the strip of fabric, the long rectangular strip, you'll just sew the rectangle onto either side of the circles, right, to connect the circles with the strip. And then you won't sew it completely. You'll just leave one little strip. I sewed one circle on completely right here all the way around, and then the other circle I sewed it almost to completion, but then I left a little gap, right? So at the end you're going to end up going to have a full cushion like this that's going to have the strip all around, right? So all I did was make leave a little gap right here to like stuff it. So I'll be using this. So now that we have our little cushion pouch, we just start stuffing it. So most of my fabrics are most of my plastics, like they're just like bags. So I'll just take a bunch of bags and stuff one bag with it. Maybe not 100%. I'll just stuff each bag maybe about like 40% of the way through, and then I just start stuffing them. And you want to stuff them pretty tight. I also have some fabric pieces here, which just include like an envelope mailer, that has like the plastic bubbles in it, and then I have like a plastic egg carton in here that you just have to like cut in, like the plastics that come with like raspberries and strawberries and sometimes eggs, like that, all like you can cut all that up. And then here's a cardboard box with microplastic on the outside. So you just cut them all into like they don't have to be tiny, just like this is a little bit big, but about sizes about that big. And then you could just throw all this into a bag and then just stuff it into your pouch. So we'll go ahead and stuff this, and then we'll sew it up. Okay, so I finished stuffing my pouch. I had a little bit of a tear, so I had to sew up the tear in my fabric, but no big deal. So this is what it looks like when it's stuffed. I still have the little gap from my pouch from where I stuffed all of the plastics and fabric in. So I really had to squash it in there because you want to make sure that it's very, very packed. So it's going to look very like bumpy and stuff. Don't worry if there's these weird lumps on there. Once you start sitting on it, it'll become flat over time, and then it'll eventually it'll become very, very flat actually. So this thing was really bulging once upon a time, but it becomes flat after a while. So anyway, all that's left is you just gotta sew up the remaining slit, and then you'll have yourself a nice eco cushion. So I'll sew that right up so you guys can see the finished product. All right, so I just finished stitching up the side strip. So we have it completely closed, and that's what it looks like. Yeah, so like I said, after sitting on it, it'll become more even. But here's our eco cushion. Thank you all for watching.